What's going on, family? It's your guy Bora, the Lucky Libra. Thank you for tuning into another episode. All right, as y'all can see by the title, we continuing the signs through the house series with Virgo in the third house. All right, y'all make sure to tap into my website, connect with the Lucky Libra on a one-on-one level, tap into my Patreon where I'm uploading exclusive content every Tuesday, Thursday, live streams every Sunday, and more. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Boom. Virgo in the third house. Virgo in the third house. Okay, they got some similarities in this house, even though it's a square. Even though Virgo, is kind of uncomfortable in this house, but Virgo's ruled by Mercury. Mercury's exalted in Virgo, and Mercury's home in this house. Okay, so they got that in common. Now, what is the third house? Third house is our familiar surroundings, local environment, people, places, and things in our neighborhood that we started interacting with, connecting with. Emphasis on our siblings. All right, the knowledge and information, things that we learned and was taught in our third house that became familiar habits and traits and forms of information. All right, creative endeavors that we picked up in our familiar surroundings. All right, familiar relationships, people that we're close to, people that we're familiar with. All right, that playground that you went to, that playground across the street 2 blocks away from your building. Yeah, that's that third house. You in your third house when you went to go hoop. When you went to go hoop across the street, you feel me, in that playground across the street from your crib or down a couple of blocks down, that's your third house. That's your familiar neighborhood. So whatever went down there is going to have some of them energies that we about to talk about now, because whatever energies in your third house is what's influencing your third house, is what's influencing your neighborhood. And I like to say this house ultimately becomes what develops, what shows how we develop being a product of our environment, because depending on how we interact with these people, places, and things in our local surroundings ends up developing our communication method that we end up taking into the 7th and the 11th house. This is the air house. Air houses deal with interactions, relationships. So when you got Virgo here, we know Virgo is hella critical. We know Virgo likes to build structure, organize, regimen, routine, all right, and see the details to things. So when it comes to their relationships, man, when it comes to Virgo in the third house, man, Virgo in the third house could fall into spectrums here where obviously they're going to be real analytical, their relationships, and they're going to be real reserved with the way that they communicate a lot of the time, because they're trying to pick up on how other people's intentions are. They're trying to pick up on how other people think and communicate to help them understand how to interact with others. A lot of the time, Virgo's mutable, so it's dealing with learning from others, all right? It don't mind learning from others and doing some research. So it's gonna allow others to push out, communicate some more, read you some more shit. They're gonna seem intuitive with Virgo in this third house, because they reading how you communicate and express yourself before they start diving into some more intense communication with your ass. And then Virgo in the third house, is Earth. So Earth deal with reality. So having a reality in this third house, like they start understanding, they may deal with some responsibilities early in the third house. They start dealing with some responsibilities with siblings a lot of the time. They may deal with some form of a strict household, strict environment in some type of shape or form with Virgo in this third house. It may be certain situations where they're critiqued heavy in this house. So familiar friends, siblings, cousins at school, teachers or whatnot may just critique the Virgo in the third house individual a whole lot. And a lot of it could develop from the Virgo in the third house being hella strategical with how they interact with others, to the point others is trying to find out how you move. Virgo in the third house, like, you always trying to analyze how other people move. We trying to see what you really be thinking, like how you really trying to move. What's your real intentions when it comes to communicating and relating to certain individuals in this house? You feel me? But it's gonna have a realistic approach of how it deals with others in this house. Virgo's gonna have a realistic approach, so it could definitely develop a reserved way of communicating here. Okay, Virgo in this third house could definitely overthink situations, overthink jumping into going to certain events, dealing with certain situations in their local environment. All right, have a slight bit of a nervous energy, how it deals with some of his friendships, overthinking some of the things that its friends communicated to it, and is building up things in the head that don't even because this is the thing here. The third house is the home for Gemini. Gemini is the push out, the masculine of Mercury, dealing with expression and communication. Virgo's the understanding, all right? So Virgo may be trying to over process some of the things that is dealing with when it's interacting with others in its environment. So a lot of times this can't prevent Virgo into getting into a lot of bullshit, getting into certain transformative situations in his environment. But a lot of the time it may deal with situations where Virgo in the third house is pushed to express their inner thoughts and feelings in this house, pushed to express what they really thinking about, you feel me, what they really strategizing and whatnot. And that makes Virgo more reserved, because it's like, damn, I'm trying to read people and people trying to read me. God damn. I'm trying to critique other individuals and everybody trying to critique me. Shit. With Virgo in the third house, Now, Virgo in this house ends up understanding, it starts learning here. With Virgo in the third house, they start learning how to get stabilized with something in the house. They start understanding how to utilize what is it that they have, what is it that they learn how to do more so, not what they have, what they learn how to do in this house. If a sibling teaches them how to do something, if they're learning from a friend or learning something in school, they learn how to take that and start making it a regimen, start making something that they're going to work on, aka they're learning, their teacher tells them that they're really good at this, their sibling is teaching them how to do this, they start looking at them like, okay, I'm going to take that class, and when I get to high school then, and I'm going to make that my major in college then. They start understanding how to routine and schedule and having a more of a longevity build towards the things that they pick up in this in their neighborhood, or the things that they're taught and the things that they realize that they have knowledge of when we talking about Virgo in this third house. Okay, so this is more of the realistic approach mixed with Mercury that they have in order to understand how to build upon their knowledge here. Earth deals with building, guys, building, practicality. So this is another reason why Virgo in the third house is highly critical of their friendships. You feel me? Virgo in the third house, this is another one that can have a tight circle. This is another one that can have a tight circle in this house. Not just going to be friends with anybody. This is my Cancer risings. Cancer, Leo. Yeah, it's my Cancer risings. Could slightly be Leo risings to a degree, maybe. All right? Depending on intercepted houses and degrees. So yeah, Virgo don't play that shit in this third house. Virgo, do y'all know Virgos to be so open? All right, hell to the nah. So with Virgo in the third house, they're going to be close-knitted with their friends. They could overcompensate for their friends a lot with Virgo in the third house. Go out their way for their friends. So Virgo in the third house, y'all be careful of that. Y'all make sure y'all friends is deserving of your time and how you exert your energies and resources for your friends. Y'all be careful of that, because y'all definitely may have dealt with forms of transformation or energies where y'all felt like shit wasn't reciprocated when y'all pushed y'all energy out, when y'all pushed y'all help out. And that also will start making y'all a little bit more reserved in this third house too. Virgo in the third house could also be very critical of their friends, holding their friends to a certain standard, making sure their friends is taking care of their responsibilities, and manifesting situations where that close-knitted group of friends is real critical of them, real critical of y'all. Virgo in the third house, making sure that y'all on top of y'all job. You feel me? So y'all can have that healthy, constructive criticism relationship in this house with that tight circle of friends. That's why Virgo in the third house want a tight circle of friends, because once you start getting criticism from everybody, that shit start getting a little hard to decipher. Is that criticism or is that motherfucking hate? It starts getting a little blurry here. Okay, but that's what you're dealing with more so with Virgo in the third house. Definitely has a realistic approach, and is Virgo knows how to take something that they see in their neighborhood, how they see people building stability, getting money, getting from point A to B, adding more foundation to their life, seeing how their friends, siblings or friends, family members is doing things business wise, and start learning, what's that your older brother be doing? Like, they work on the weekends, like. He go to high school and work on the weekends, so damn, he getting money like that. Like, so how old you got to be to get hired here? Like, they strategical like that. They understand how to work the physical realm, but it's mutable. So Virgos know how to adapt with others, understanding how they deal with reality. So it brings all these different perspectives of how they deal with reality, building, structuring at an early age into their third house. So this is why they're jumping into being more receiving, understanding, studying and learning others, being critical of others when it comes to their communication style and how they push that out. And then that's how it gets into the 7th and 11th house with this individual understanding how to network, understanding how to see the resources and the substance that could be exchanged with others with Virgo in that goddamn 3rd house. But Virgo in this house is going to have to learn how to communicate a lot of the time. Virgo in this house is going to have to learn how to express, you know, their inner thoughts, whatnot, how to articulate themselves. It's going to be moments where you're pushed into that, and Virgo can't just sit into understanding the thoughts. No, it has to push out and communicate its thoughts and what it knows and what it learned early in life and what it has. All right. So you already know what it is, man. It's the Lucky Libra tuning in, tuning out. Next episode, we picking it up with Libra in the 3rd house. All right. Y'all make sure to tap into my Patreon. I'm uploading every Tuesday, Thursday, live streams on Sunday and more. And tap into my website to connect with the Lucky Libra. Until the next episode, family. Peace.